Welcome to M2 Esports. Today our Super Smash Bros. Ultimate team is going to be taking on the University of Toledo. I'm Ben.
I'm Nick.
And if you could give us the M2 players.
So first off, we have our captain, Luke, as Frog. And then we have Ethan as Big Bumbling Bozo, Caleb as Clavule, and Andrew as Insomniac.
And on the opposing team, we have Few, B. Smith, Redshift Outlier, Star Key, Supernova 09, and Zuber. Tonight, the MTU Huskies are taking on the University of Toledo, like I said. Currently, the Huskies are undefeated with 2-0 sweeps for the past 3 matches against their former opponents. UT has had a tough time of it lately, going 0-2 so far in the season, but I'm sure we'll see an exciting game here today.
Hopefully, and it is actually really interesting. They've played a couple of teams that Michigan Tech has played as well, and Michigan Tech has beat both of those teams, so that kind of can give us a point of reference here on what we're up against.
So, for those not familiar with how Super Smash Bros. Works in the Playfly League, essentially there will be 3 sets in total. Each set there will be 12 stocks for each team, or 12 lives. three per player. When we go into like the first game, the two players will verse off against each other. Whoever wins, they will take the remaining stocks and then verse the opposing team's next player on a map that the opposing team gets to choose with a couple bans from the winning side. So yeah, that should be very exciting to watch. We're currently waiting on a couple technical difficulties. So we'll get back to you shortly after a brief intermission. And welcome back. We have King DDD on the side of Toledo versus Pitt on the side of MTU. I'm excited to see how this game goes. They're getting right into things. Pitt trying to juggle, but hitting right into DDD shields, end up getting the pop off with the down tilt, and is able to get him off the stage when edge guard scenario. DDD is able to make it back to stage, but not without getting punished a bit by Pitt, who just takes him all the way across the map. DDD gets a grab into a nice little aerial combo. Gets another grab into a back throw. It does not end up hitting his side B. Pitt does make it safely back onto stage, which is what we like to see. Both players were looking for an even percentage there, but Pitt just racked up a nice little bit of extra percentage.
DDD is a heavier character, which means that he gets sent less far, which kind of makes him combo fodder against Pitt's aerials, which all have very low knockback to begin with. So it's really going to be really interesting to see what DDD does to kind of make up for that.
Yeah, this is definitely the light versus heavy matchup where Pitt's going to be able to get off a lot of little hits and a lot of combos. But if he gets hit by one of DDD's strong moves, like we saw just there, that's going to knock Pitt down and out pretty quickly.
And that is going to put Tech down one stock immediately to begin.
Which is not optimal, but not out of it entirely.
For sure.
Gets off a little combo there. Pitt's looking for the kill, ends up deflecting the Gordo, I believe it's called. Not too sure on that, and gets the forward smash, not enough to kill since it was across the stage. Does end up hitting the neutral beast knight cross map.
Really,
DDD makes it back to stage.
really just looking for any move that'll get that kill now.
Yep, Pitt's just looking to clean up the stock any way he can. He's just throwing moves against shield, ends up getting the grab, and it puts DDD near the blast zone, but not close enough. DDD's up B is enough to get him back to ledge, but Pitt is able to edge guard him back up and then send him off the top of the map with an up air. So some incredible moves from Mr. Insomniac there.
He's still down 70% though. Got a little ways to go to even it back out completely.
Yep, DDD is at a much lower percentage. He's got to kind of even that out. But luckily, that's what the light is good against the heavy in this matchup is racking up that percentage as we're seeing Pitt combo him off the stage and just, ooh, okay. Not end up getting the edge guard off, but it doesn't really seem like he was going too hard for it. Nair's onto shield, but DDD is able to escape that. Yeah, Pitt is really making good use of his down B, which reflects projectiles against DDD's Gordo. Misses the forward smash, but then spot dodges the grab from DDD. And they're both just kind of going at it, trying to get into an advantage state where they can just secure that kill.
Insomniac has been on a bit of a run, taking very little damage since taking DDD's last stock.
Yeah, only losing about 20% when DDD's taken 102. But all it takes is one really good hit from DDD and Pitt will be out the second stock.
The important part definitely is going to be taking the stock now that he's gotten DDD to 100.
Yeah, one of the places Pitt definitely struggles is taking stocks, and we're really seeing that right here. He's been getting a lot of his kills off of edge guards, which is where Pitt really thrives. He has multiple jumps and a fairly decent recovery.
DDD also has multiple jumps though, which is kind of, we've seen, made it a little bit difficult for Pitt to find those edge guards, as he can be a little bit unpredictable.
Very true. Seeing a little bit of neutral, throwing some projectiles back at each other, trying to find way into advantage. DDD does end up getting a jab off, not enough to kill Pitt. It's shooting some neutral Bs while he has a chance and he's off stage. DDD does land the grab, and that forward throw is going to secure the kill for DDD, bringing MTU down to one stock. DDD is at 140% on the second stock though, so he really could go down at any time to Pitt here. And there we are. Pitt ends up grabbing a sneaky little down air to up smash combo on DDD, finishing off that stock.
What a great punish on that up smash as well. Really just taking advantage of the cooldown that move has.
Yeah, really punishing off of blocking it with his shield. Yeah, that was pretty incredible from Insomniac. And now both players are looking at pretty even percentages. Of course, as I say that, Pitt is also racking up some percentages onto DDD. They're both definitely looking to rack up some damage, get that kill.
And this stock here will determine which school is going to be up overall heading into the next match.
Yes, whatever player wins here will take their one stock and go up against the other team's next player.
And the important thing to note too is that damage is reset, so even if you're at 150 going into that next match, you'll be back down to 0.
Yes, indeed. Pitt is doing a little bit of edge guarding here. We're going to see if he can keep it. Hits the forward air. DDD drops down to do a low recovery and ends up making it back up. So now we're back in neutral again. DDD doesn't end up landing the Gordo onto Pitt there, but doesn't get too much off of it. Pitt goes for the grab and misses. Tries to get the up smash, but DDD's shield is already out. Hits the forward air, does not hit the arrow, was expecting a quick drop to low recovery. DDD does hit the down air, and the Gordo ends up hitting Pitt just below his shield. His down B, the 2 shields that will appear next to him, only deflect from the sides, not from the top or bottom. As I was talking about that, Pitt almost died, but with some incredible DI work, he was able to live there. And
Insomniac's really on the edge of his seat right now, trying just to stay in it, while DDD's putting on a lot of pressure.
Yeah, DDD is going to have a much easier time killing here than Pitt, just naturally, and this throw is oh, it's not going to be it. I spoke a little bit too soon. Expected a little bit too much out of DDD's throws. That side B from Pitt is not going to do it on the shield. Now DDD is back off stage, Edguard scenario. Pitt is not able to secure it. The nair from DDD is able to. And then the forward air from DDD is enough to secure the kill on Insomniac. Unfortunate. So that means that we will be 9-10 going to the next game. Advantage Toledo.
It's really an unfortunate way to end that first match, but it was a really close one, and Insomniac did a really good job. It was just kind of DDD really capitalizing on that weight.
Yeah, we were really, the game was extremely close the whole way through. There wasn't really a point where one player got like a super huge percentage advantage on the other. Just incredible.
Yeah. And the few times that there was that bit of an advantage, it was usually because DDD took that stock earlier, and as soon as Insomniac took the corresponding stock, he was able to rack back up that percent and tie it up really quickly.
So we are seeing the bans coming in from the opposing side. As we know, the winners of the previous match will get to ban 3 stages, and then MTU will get to choose one and also come in with a pick that most likely counters whoever was playing last on the opposing team. And MTU has chosen Town and City for this match. So I sometimes mix up Town and City and Smashville. Town and City is the one with the 3 platforms, I believe, and Smashville is the one with the 2 on the sides. And we'll be going straight back into the match. So King DDD versus Diddy Kong.
It's going to be another light versus heavy matchup.
Yep, Diddy Kong obviously being Luke on our team, Mr. Frog. So DDD, because he should only have 1 stock left, is going to throw himself off the map twice, which is always kind of fun to watch. But now we'll be getting into things once they drop a taunt on each other to indicate they're ready to start. And we're getting right into things. DDD raises a banana, but gets hit by that Gordo. DDD is approaching really quickly up onto Diddy Kong. Getting a 30%, pretty good, but Diddy Kong is easily picking that back up and hitting a cheesy little banana combo right there. That was pretty fun to watch.
And this game probably will come down to a lot of projectile usage between the banana, the peanut gun, and the Gordo, all very central portions of these 2 characters' movesets.
Correct, especially Banana and Gordo. Both those characters are constantly using them. Banana is used to set up a lot of combos because it can trip the enemy, while Gordo is just a very nice little projectile spam out that has some interesting things you can do with like how fast it goes and like what angle you send it out at.
Gordo does get reflected though on any contact with an opponent's move, which means that if you see it coming, you're able to send it right back at DDD.
Which is something that DDD needs to be careful of. And Diddy Kong does hit a nice little combo there into up smash. Not enough to get the kill on the heavy just yet, but there we go. That'll end off match 2. Diddy Kong still at 3 stocks, which is exactly what we want to see from MTU.
And that'll completely even it out, back to 9-9.
Yes, which is very good for MTU. They'll be going into this next match, getting a bit counterpicked on the stage, most likely, and on the character, but now it's 3 stock versus 3 stock. This is where MTU wants to be.
Yeah.
So we will go into a brief intermission between matches. We will see you when the next match is up. and welcome back. Unfortunately, after a long period of technical difficulties, the other team did need to forfeit the match to MTU. So that will be a game win for Michigan Tech after 2 brief games, unfortunately. We will be back real briefly for a player interview. But before we do that, I'd like to thank some of our sponsors, including Bradway Enterprises. If you're a tech student and need to live close to campus, we have places for that. Live where you want to live, find the perfect location, houghtonforrent.com.
And thank you to University Images. Looking to spice up your style? University Images is your official headquarters for authentic Michigan Tech Huskies apparel. University owned, university operated, University Images. Located in the SDC or go to bookstore.mtu.edu.
So that will be it for us. We'll be back with a brief intermission for a player interview. So see you then. back. Here we have our player. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Malachi Enter. I'm the fifth person on the Smash Esports team.
Okay, and as I understand it, you guys are going up against DePaul University next week.
Yep, that's right.
So what are you kind of doing to prepare for that, like what you can share on stream?
Yeah, so we'll definitely be preparing for matchups, right? Looking at their characters, trying to spot any bad habits they have throughout any of their matches previously. Anything we have to get the edge and maybe get some chances that we wouldn't normally get if we didn't get that research before.
All right, is there anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, my family, of course, back home. I hope if you're watching this, you're having a great time. And my uncle Paul, without him, I would never have been able to play Smash in the first place, so big thanks to him.
Okay, so coming up next for MTU Esports, tomorrow MTU is versing Stony Brook University in Valorant at 7 o'clock. On Wednesday, we got MTU versus Eastern Michigan University in Overwatch, also at 7 o'clock. Thursday, MTU is versing Rochester Institute of Technology at 8:30 that time, though, for COD. And then next Monday, MTU Rocket League will be versing Clark University at 7, followed up by, as I said earlier, SSBU for DePaul University at 8:30. So we'll see you then. I've been Ben. I was joined by Nick earlier. And yeah, go Huskies.